my only criticism of what Chippy said there is he kind of put a foot in that kind of, I'm going to try and walk a middle line I don't have to walk.
Well,
when he started talking about whether it was illegal or not.
That line because he wants to win over those national voters who voted Labour in 2020 but voted National in 2023. That's his job. He's got to bring them over.
With respect, I think those people in the middle are regretting their choice already. I don't necessarily think that Chippy needs to win them over. I think Labour is losing a lot of their left to the Party Māori and Greens as well.
The math still adds up, right?
It's been actually quite interesting to see Rarwiri talking about progressive, using that term progressive, and when you hear it internationally, like the squad in the US, although that can be compared to when they got in, it's a bit different now. But he's actively using that, and I went, okay, so we would a progressive vote, and you're hearing Rarwiri using that word a lot at the moment, positioning them to actually be, because look at the Māori Party of 9 years ago, sitting in confidence or supply, whichever it was, with Mr. Key. It's a very different Māori Party today, actively putting themselves in that position and looking for those voters. Because I guess we've always kind of said that Labour and Greens, and so maybe now it's Labour, Greens, Māori, are the Democrats. Like the Democrats, they have one party and they have a far left sort and a centre, and that's what they are. And I don't know how they do this, but if they can figure out how to allow Labour to take the middle, and I don't know which of the other two would be further to the left. And I know left, right is a pretty of a oversimplified way of looking at politics, but in general, then you could actually be working together, albeit separate entities, for the overall greater good. Maybe I'm being a bit Pollyanna.
You see that with Māori voters already. Māori voters are some of the most tactical voters in New Zealand elections. If you look at the last election, overwhelmingly in the Māori electorates, they voted party vote Labour, local candidate vote Māori. And when you do that, you suddenly expand the ability of MMP to give you and gain you more representation. So Māori voters are already strategic, already have been playing this game for over 180 years. They know how to vote. And I think that as this becomes more polarized and more radical, you'll see those larger strategies starting to kick in. And I think you're right. Labour and the Greens and the Māori Party have to work together, maximise MMP to get this bloody government out.
Yeah, and we saw that in the debates with Deb and Marama high-fiving against Winston. We actually saw it. And they were actually going, do you think these guys can work together? Look at us. They were literally doing it. And I think maybe Labour needs to buck up its ideas and kind of get with the program of what the other two smaller parties are positioning themselves as. And look, here's another question, bit of a tangent, but is Kieran the man to do that, Marty? We've all been saying how much time Kieran's getting on camera at the moment versus how little time Chippy's getting. What are they doing? Is it an active thing? Are they trying to do it? Every night he's on the news with something, more so over than Chippy is.
He's popular. People like him. He's clever. He's articulate. He has a real deadpan humour to him. He's dry. He's been on your show. Great coup for getting him on. He's an intelligent guy that people like. So absolutely, Labour should be putting him forward and building his reputation. He'll make an incredible cabinet minister. I think that in terms of that leadership stuff, look at the last Talbot poll, look at the Roy Morgan poll, look at even the Taxpayers Union poll. They're all showing one thing, and that is Labour picking up at National's disadvantage, and the right are getting crucified in the polls barely 6 months in. So from Chippy's point of view, it's keep it steady and straight, because this government is going to create all of the negative momentum itself, which then allows the Māori Party and the Greens to have the space to put forward the really progressive policy ideas, right? So that it can become a collective, because that's the only way we win in 2026. Green, Labour, Māori Party.